Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Boerne, Texas again, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And I want to give a huge thank you to the listing agent, Tracy Harris with Burdick Custom Homes, for making this tour possible. I'll make sure to leave all of the information in the description below. Now, starting on the exterior, family, we do have that transitional look. You are going to have the Mediterranean roof. You have the stucco and the natural stone. You are situated on over an acre, and you are in a guard gated community. Look at the long driveway right over here, plenty of landscaping. And then the intention behind the home was the style out there in Santa Barbara. So I know you may notice some similarities right there. Now the driveway curves around over there for your garage, and then look at your courtyard right here. So not only do you have the mature trees surrounding the entire property, but then you also have some privacy right here in your courtyard. Now we'll continue this way so you get a better close-up. Look at this. Very private, and then you feel that zen, especially whenever you walk in here. Now the lush landscaping continues right over here, and then you have this arch leading you into your covered front porch. You are going to have the outdoor lanterns, as you can see, and then the continuation of the stucco and the natural stone. Now, once we continue up here, look at the high ceilings right here. You see your wood soffit, massive double front doors right over here with the glass panes inside. But let's go ahead and get you inside this beautiful property. All right. So immediately, whenever you walk in, you're greeted with this grand foyer. Before we do continue, I'll turn you around so you can see the front doors from the inside. Wow. So you have the soaring ceilings inside of here. You got your light fixture and then the coffered ceiling design right above there. But what we'll go ahead and do is we'll start right over here to the right, and we'll make our way around the perimeter of the property. So right over here, you got a coat closet. Perfect immediately whenever you walk in. And this one is acting as a model right now as we speak. So you will notice some brochures throughout. All right. So now first bedroom right over here, you see our tray ceilings. Then you have the arch windows right there. But more importantly, I want you to see the size of the room. A queen bed would fit in here perfectly. You have real wood floors throughout the home. So you'll see that as we continue. But you have your walk-in closet here. So you already got your built-ins ready to go. Plenty of space. Looks like alabaster paint in here. So more of that off-white look. And then now going into our ensuite. Before we continue, you do have a sleek pocket door. Right over here, you see your towel closet. And then I'll turn you around right over here so you can see the vanity. Look at that. So we have quartzite inside of here. Then you notice the stainless steel fixtures throughout the property. You got that wallpaper here. And as I turn you around, you got a shower tub combo. Beautiful. So perfect for a guest suite. They have their own privacy that you can take advantage of. Now, before we continue to the left, I want to show you the office. Look at this. So in some of the rooms, you will notice the herringbone pattern on the floor. But as I pan you up here, look at that. The coffer tray ceilings right there. Gorgeous, elegant light fixture hanging down right above your desk right here. Corner windows, perfect for that view outside. And I'll give you a quick glimpse so you can see what you would see every day. Beautiful. Now, as I turn you around already over here, so you do have the French doors. You have that recessed area, perfect for some decor. And it just gives that added space that you may be looking for. So this one's just over 5,000 square feet. You're going to see where they utilize a lot of the space, especially in some of the bedrooms and the common areas. But now look at your private retreat. So if you close this door off right over here, you have nothing but privacy. The herringbone pattern continues this way. And let's go ahead and take a look. Beautiful. So again, you see that accent wall right over there. Then you have these sliders, perfect to entertain and have a good time. Well, quite frankly, you're not going to entertain in here, but if you wanted to, you could. But you can open those up and have your own private patio. I'll open that in just a second so you can see. Beautiful. And then as I open this up, look at this. So perfect for that morning coffee, morning tea, and you are certainly good to go. Now that is your designated sitting area right there, as you can see. King size bed, your 2 nightstands, and you still have room on both sides, as you can see. Now they also have a couple other properties for sale, and I encourage you to take a look. I'm going to work on getting those on this channel so that way you can see more of Burdick and go from there. Now heading inside of our ensuite, you have the double sliding doors immediately when you walk in here, but look at this. Beautiful materials that they utilize. So now you see the chrome in here, the candlelight chandelier, your designated cosmetic area over here, quartzite countertops on both sides, dual sinks, and then that gorgeous faucet. Really neat. And even just looking at these handles right here, I'll get you a better close-up so you can see the materials, like that nice stone work that they got. Now you have herringbone pattern tile in here, and look at this. How neat is this? So you have a freestanding tub. Look at your fireplace right over there. Really neat feature. This is the first time we've seen this on this particular channel, and that was really unique as far as that addition is concerned. Now you are going to have the 0 threshold walk-in glass enclosed shower. As you can see, very sleek. You got your chrome in here. Beautiful shower surround, and that even extends to our tub as well. And then we have our sconces inside of the mirror. So now as we continue right over here, water closet to the right, and then look at this. Massive walk-in closet. You got your closet island right over here, built-in bench, your drawers ready to go, the continuation of the shelving to the ceiling on this side, and then of course you have your additional windows on this side so they couldn't extend it up, which is certainly okay. But look at this. So if this is not enough space for you and your partner and y'all's wardrobe, I don't know what is. Then maybe we need to get rid of some of those clothes that you're not wearing. You know, we're all guilty of that. But love the space that you get. And then I'll open up some of these drawers for you. All of them soft closing. Beautiful. So an extravagant walk-in bathroom, as you can see. Love what I'm seeing. Okay, so now that was the perimeter on this side, right? So now what we'll go ahead and do is continue to our great room. Look at this. So you see that you have your massive sliders inside, but then of course your sleek fireplace, built-ins on both sides, and then almost like that floating ceiling design, a really unique feature that I love to see, especially in some of these luxury homes. Now you have floating shelves on both sides. If you didn't want to open up the sliders, you can always go through that quick access door leading you to your covered backyard patio. But if you wanted to have the indoor-outdoor living, you just go ahead and open these up, and even the ones in the breakfast nook. Love the amount of space that you have in here for entertaining. You have an LED ceiling fan as well, open to the kitchen, so extremely interactive. And let's go ahead and continue. So now in here, look how sleek this looks. So you have a double wolf oven right over there. Then of course you got the panel ready refrigerator, and then just some neat millwork throughout. Look how sleek this looks. So really a one-of-a-kind property. Let's open up some of these drawers so you can see what you get. Got your trash drawer right down here. Sink inside of the island, but look how massive it is. So if you do have guests hanging out along the bar area right here, some folks over there in your breakfast nook, and then the great room, there's no challenges entertaining. Now, as I pan you around right over here, look at that. So you got your Wolf cooktop. You see that you got the 6 burner with the grill, or or the griddle rather. And then look at that sleek vent hood right above there as well. Open this up. A ton of storage to work with, all soft closing again. And look at the depth inside of there. Now, as always, you know, we open up the refrigerator. So before we continue, we got to make sure we go in here. So you got your Sub-Zero fridge, and then you're going to see the caterer's kitchen to the right. I'll show you that in just a moment. Beautiful. Before we do continue, let's take a look right over here. So again, the soaring ceilings continues in here. You have your exposed beams and the tray, your sliders right over there, but look how massive they are. So of course, if you open these up and then open up the ones in the great room, that's going to be perfect. You're going to have a great environment. One of those situations where a lot of your guests are going to come over, maybe more than you'd like, who knows? But right over here, you got your wagon wheel, candle effect chandelier. I just wanted to show you that before we continue. Now we'll wrap around right over here to our caterer's kitchen. Look at this. So perfect spot for your secondary refrigerator. You have some additional shelving over here to the right. Look at that panel ready dishwasher, some additional cabinetry and drawers. And then look at that, you got your appliance garage right over here. Built-in Wolf microwave, and then the additional counter space. Love what I'm seeing. So I'm telling you, this is certainly an entertainer's dream. One of a kind property. You don't see this quite often. And you know, we've been in a ton of property at this point, gosh, over 370 last time I counted. So now you see this is a dual entry. You can go ahead and close this off. I'll turn you around right here. You got your sliding door. You can close that off if you just want to have that single point of entry, or you can open it up without any challenges. Now, as we do continue, got an additional storage closet right over here. But look at this, the perfect powder bath with a quick access door leading you out there to your pool and spa. Really unique feature right here as far as your accent wall. I had to touch that and feel that. But your beautiful vanity, quartzite countertops, your pendant lights hanging down right over here. And you got an additional linen closet right here. So, you know, I talk about that all the time. If your guests are hanging out inside or even outside, having a great time in the pool, they just go ahead and use the restroom right there without having to track any water or go throughout the rest of the house. Okay, so now if that wasn't enough to entertain, here we go. Looking right over here, wood flooring continues this way. Then you see his sliders again. Picture windows overlooking that gorgeous view that we see out here in Boerne. Then look at this. You got your wet bar ready to go. So if you wanted to use this as a club room, you can certainly do that. And in fact, this home is located on Cloves Drive. So maybe that wasn't funny for you. But you got your pendant lights hanging down. You got a bar area. And you see that if you want to have some alcohol stocked up over here, not condoning that, but if you wanted to, you certainly could do that. You got your ice maker and then your beverage fridge right over here. Look at that. Perfect. So a ton of space to entertain. And I just love that they continued with the raised ceilings in here. So it creates more of that roomier atmosphere. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and continue. I like to go throughout the perimeter of the home so that way you can really see it and then it just kind of flows a little bit better. So we'll continue this way and head to our next bedroom. Okay, so your tray ceilings continue this way. Then you see you got your egress windows on both sides. You still have a great view, perfect for a queen bedroom set. Maybe even a desk or a dresser, and you still have space. And in fact, you see how you go down the hallway to this bedroom. So this one's, you know, alone and you have that privacy. Now you got your pocket door leading you to your ensuite. This is going to be the bathroom closet combination, but I'll show you on the right side first, and then we'll pan over here. So a ton of space, an additional pocket door right here. And what's interesting is as I'm sliding this pocket door, and I've seen a lot of pocket doors, that one is extremely heavy duty. So quality materials right over there. You can just add some towels, as you can see. And then over here, look at that. And then the shower is zero threshold again. You got your shower niche right over there. And then the beautiful shower surround. Okay. So now we'll continue this way and head back throughout. So you are going to have a single car garage. Both garage bays are going to have the epoxy flooring inside of there. Okay. So this would be perfect. If you wanted to use this one as a guest suite, that would be perfect because they park in here and go straight to that bedroom and you really wouldn't even know. So that probably would make the most sense, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree in the comments. I certainly welcome it. So now as we continue, you got your storage closet again right over here. Perfect positioning because remember the entertaining club room or game room is straight ahead over here. So if you wanted to store some games or anything like that, you can do that right there without any issues. Now heading over here, dual entry again. This is your utility room. You see the pocket door, but then massive space for your oversized washer and dryer. Then you got your sink right over here, wall-to-wall cabinetry on both sides. And then look at that, some more counter space, perfect for a desk right over here, or pull up a chair, fold your clothes, don't have to break your back, and then your coat closet right over here. So since we are on this side, let's go ahead and continue. A pocket door again. Now this would be your drop zone or mud room. So you already have your hooks ready to go, cubby space right above there, and then look at that. You have your shelving and drawer space available. Now you have a quick access door right over here, and that is going to be leading you to your motor court or just, you know, your driveway in general. And then now look at this, you have a flex room here. So if you use the initial space that we've seen as the office, this can be a secondary office or maybe a children's retreat or a media space. Possibilities are endless. Just throwing out some ideas for you. And this one is ready to go. So make sure if you are interested to go ahead and take advantage while you can before it's too late. Now, heading over here, you got your additional 3-car garage. So you have the single car garage bay and then this space over here. Epoxy flooring, as you can see. You can go ahead and add a sedan over there, even an SUV, still plenty of space on that side for an SUV. But that would be the perfect spot for a golf cart, in my opinion. Love it. So just a ton of room, and I just love the amount of space that you get in the front too. So I love to see when a property is positioned perfectly, where you have so much space, you're away from the main road, and that way you can take advantage of that. All right, so now continuing, here we go. So look at this. Probably, besides the primary suite, the biggest room that we've seen. Now you got your tray ceilings, LED ceiling fan again. In here, I certainly believe you could fit a king bed and 2 moderately sized nightstands and have no issues. You see your arch windows again. You saw that from the front, so gives that great aesthetic. Pocket door in here. And again, you see the zero threshold. Look at that. So you got ceramic tile. As far as the shower surround is concerned, you got quartz countertops on this side, the matte black sconce and mirror frame, and then the fixtures and the hardware. Same thing. Linen closet on this side, and then your walk-in closet. So a ton of room. I mean, you're really seeing it. As far as the square footage, you know, we've been in 4,000 square foot properties, 6,000, 7,000. I think the highest we went through is 8,000. And I'm really impressed with the utilization of the square footage in here. And then you come right back out here, and then you saw we just come from that way over there to the left, and this is gonna lead you back out to the foyer. Now, we didn't see this closet. This is the last one before we head outside and go from there. Beautiful. So if you haven't, please do let me know in the comments your feedback about this beautiful property. Really designed with intention in mind. And I just love seeing gorgeous homes together. All right, so now headed to the covered backyard patio. Look at that, the wood soffit, again, right over here. Pool and spa, you have that infinity edge right over there. You got your built-in grill ready to go. And I'm telling you, this is the perfect time to take advantage. It's 102 degrees right now. I am sweating bullets, but I couldn't miss this opportunity to show you this one. Now you see the natural stone continues here and the stucco, you see as far as the columns are concerned, you can go ahead and push a button and those come down right there and that'll protect you from some of the elements, mosquitoes and things like that. And that's on all sides, as you can see right over there. Now, looking at our pool and spa, not only is it really uniquely shaped, but it's still humongous. So for a spec home, I mean, I know this was utilized as a model and still is, but gosh, I love that. So it's extremely practical, perfect for growing families, and I just love it. And then you see you still have some additional space. And again, over an acre, and that's what you want, especially being out in Texas. Now continuing over here, you have the extended covered backyard patio. Look at that, and then that's where our game room was. And then you even have some more space over here. So you see your turf over here. You can set up some patio equipment and get a nice tan over here. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury model home right here in Boerne, Texas. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular property. Is this something you could see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.